Where are you getting these from so quickly, Mike?
You just press random numbers, you just type like 20 and goes.
55 did nothing.
Yeah, not all of them do. Apparently 999 is the worst one, so please don't. Oh no.
Poor Lucy is trying to make phone call in the other room. I'm sure.
Sound muted. Yo, yo, yo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Calabogie, the beautiful Calabogie in Canada. For some reason, it's not snowing. Yes, everyone is being overly nice. Any other racist things about Canada I can think of? Probably some polar bears somewhere. And I'm out. Anyway, qualifying's just ended. A few people probably about finishing the lap, as we can see right now. People still doing their laps. People finished their laps, which do include the top 4 now. Alex Ball. With a 151.019, almost in the 150s. Just not quite. I was promised 150s by 2 people, but still not going to happen. Joseph Elton 151.2. Do know that he loves this track. He's even written a document about how much he loves this track and his car combination. Anyway, Martin Buchan, the 151.3. Then a James O'Gray, a very good showing for him in a 152.022. Almost getting into the 151s, not quite making it. Oh, Steve, a fast boy. Maybe a bit disappointing for him with a 152.08, only 6 tenths, hundredths, thousandths behind James Gray. So James Gray definitely doing better than he should be. Anyway, gonna round things off probably in a second. I think we should be finishing soon. But anyway, Dan Jude 152.4. Then D Wilson, best name ever. Always gonna root for my boy. In the P7, and now we go. The lights are dimming. Things are coming to an end, and we're going to go into a countdown for the race. I do need to switch. There we go. Oh, why is it? No, wait, never mind. Okay, right. According to my OBS, I have been dropping frames, but I'm not quite sure why I've been dropping frames. So if it does lag, please tell me. I don't think I should be lagging. But yeah, hopefully soon they'll be starting to go on the grid. I've got a really, really nice position for the... Oh, there's my keys falling off my desk. Position for the first lap. So no doubt, no, I don't want the performance delta because I'm not driving. I missed photo mode. There we go. Look, there it is. I've got the position. It's perfect because you can see so much. So hopefully I do actually remember to go back there. But this isn't the position. This is just a camera position to see the T1 and just leave my computer here and watch everyone probably crash. I wasn't watching my screen for most of it. But how long do we have? 45-minute races? Man, it's just a 4th race and I've already forgotten how long the races are. I mean, I didn't even know to start with. I don't think I just remember, I just forget. Anyway, they are going onto the track right now. In fact, let's yeah, we're F7'd, so we can actually yeah, there we go. Right, there we go. Oh, look at this camera work. Alex there in his Ford, sponsored by 7-Up, and Replay Leans in his green liveried car. It's just a second. Yep, Joe's second. Notoriously loves this track. It does look like everyone on the track is on hards right now, which will make things interesting. Martin there. Yeah, it is a Bath red. And then I've already forgotten who's 4th. Is it James Gray? I think it's James Gray. And then that's Steve, isn't it? Yeah, Steve. But anyway, we are going to see what happens on the first round. I've got 50 seconds to go as we go down the track. A fair few contenders right now. Some missing. No, Brad's missing because he's rage quit. We've got Henry. I'm not quite sure where Henry actually finished it. Thanks, Jen. I did nail it. Yeah, I've already forgotten everyone. Oh, Henry's in P14. Obviously, needs more practice. Henry usually going up there. Oh, yeah, where's Andy? Andy's in P9. Stu's just in front of him. Oh, the lights are starting to come up, probably. And here we are. Oh, why is it like that? Let's just turn auto cam on, because apparently that doesn't want to work. We're gonna go online. Or maybe it works now. And they are going. The lights are out. The cars. Oh, that looks quite cool for actually a bit. But this is the position I was talking about. Cars already crashing. Already crashing on the start line. There's a car gone wide there. Let's actually watch the front three. The front three go around turn 2. Is anything happening back there? No. Okay, the front 4 going well. The front 4 are going well. But everyone else is going well. This is the back markers. I feel like I'm commentating a horse race right now. Oh, they're going well as well. Will anything bad happen there? I mean, we'll have a long view from it because it'll look cool. Nothing's happening right now. Is anything going to happen now? Now? Maybe now? No, let's go back on to auto cam. And get some things back to normal, because things were going a bit hectic down. I don't think anything much has changed since the hecticness. At least Dave Gill wants to lose a bit of time, but so does Colin. So does Henry. Henry's gone sideways. His Seeb's gone off the track. Dave also losing out there, and Henry's lost a lot of track there. But he's going to get another position back onto off Adam. Going to get that position back. At least one of them. Seeb's going to lose a position. Started off quite well, I think. Now in P12. Lost that position now. Hopefully he can do himself more justice. Joseph Elton in the lead after starting in P2. Now he's in P1. Notoriously hates this track. I did say he loves it. I was joking. That's a big old joke. But Alex is going to be putting him under pressure now as we go through these corners. Let's go off our auto cam, because it always tries to tell me what to do when I don't want it to tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. But the top... Oh god. There's a car going wide. But the top 1, 2... Oh, separated. Maybe top 10 are all separated about 5 seconds. Stu's going into the pits. I mean, last time I looked at someone who was in the pits, there was a big accident, so let's not do that. Stu has had an incident, I think. Yep, he's going to go into those boulders there. Having a nice look at the boulders. Ian, I think, also having a nice look at the boulders. Yeah, lovely. Adam and James. Oh, James has had a terrible start after the start. Had a really great qualifying in P4. Already dropped back into P17. Martin and Alex are having a bit of a fight. Let's see what happens here. Alex getting the position back. Not quite sure what happened. Maybe it was a nice little dive down the inside. But nothing comes to fruition for Mr. Bouchan. Unfortunate disconnect from Stu Smith, who was in the pits. But seems like he has disconnected. Jim's great. Also, was another... I think he tried to maybe get that position, and lost it again. And Adam, as we said, great qualifying for James. Not too great first lap for him. And he's getting position only because Paul, I think there's a bit of an incident. He has Lee Crossley and Pete have got 2 positions up on them, and looks like Paul's going to lose a couple more, maybe even another one after this. Not a great start from Paul there. Henry getting 3 positions. Dave, I think, losing quite a lot. Paul losing even more. Dave might even get past Mr. Harrison, but I think it's going to be too much as Stewart, unfortunately, loses traction. I know, he's doing a great job. Is now into P9, is in the top half of the grid of the pack, as Andre unfortunately loses his own positions, and Paul does as well, as loses out to Henry. And Henry is now going to put in the pressure on to Andre. So yeah, things at the top at least are starting to back out. But this does seem to be the fight to be watching right now, as Henry and Paul and Andre are in a bit of a fight. Andre turns in the tiny little bit to Henry. Both of them keep their wheels forward. Henry with a tiny little bit of damage on his front wing, but they all keep going forward as Henry gets the position. Started in P18. Was it P18 or P14? I can't remember. Was it P18? Maybe? I don't fucking know. I don't pay attention. Anyway, but Henry does seem to be driving away from this one. Looks like he's got the better race pace for those behind him. But this fight probably will still be going on behind him. Behind him. And yeah, let's look at Hasib. He's definitely getting pressure from Colin behind him, but he does look to be keeping it nice and safe as wherever. Oh, I think Henry's gone off. Henry's gone off, not quite sharp in there. Maybe he got touched. Maybe he absolutely fucked it. And oh, he's gonna go in front of that car. The car right to behind him just had to slam on the brakes a bit. Did Stu, but looks like Lee, out of all that, has actually gained a position. Got past Pete and put himself into P7 as Paul has crashed. I think this might be the thing that happens throughout the race. Oh, it's actually Joe may have had an incident. Joe has had an incident. We have said that he hates this track, and that is just showed because Alex has got himself into the lead. Joe has dropped himself all the way down into P6. There you go, Callum, that's just for you. You know you wanted to watch this. Joe struggling. As Andy has actually got himself into the podium. No, he's not, because Lee's going to get himself into the podium now. Lee, from nowhere, has got himself into the podium position as everyone is going spinning sideways. It's like everyone just wanted to fucking spin at the same time. People going into the pits. I think Joe had a tactic to go along, and now that tactic is fucked up, so he's going to put the fuel in now and go along now. And no one needs to pit as Henry gets past Joe because he's in the pits. Looks like Stu should also. Wait, is this enough? We got another Stu? We have 3 Stews. I can't deal with this. Paul also going into the pits, maybe having to deal with some damage. Yeah, I need to calm down a bit because that's a lot that just happened as Adam's also gone onto the grass. But yeah, Hasib is now in the top 6 and even going to be putting pressure onto Colin. Hasib, oh, maybe it's a bit of a commentator's curses. I think he's got a bit wide there. Maybe he does have a bit of damage. He's going to drop down into P10. Jesus Christ, why did I go and watch Hasib? Why did you do that? You can see his front wing just at the back there. A bit skeweth. Not perfect as it should be, perpendicular to the road. Unfortunately, Hasib does drop down into P12. A couple of people still in the pits. Adam in P16 still in the pits, and Ian still in the pits. I'm quite sure if that's a big old damage fix, or if they might be giving up. Hopefully they don't give up and they come out and fight again, because there's got a lot of spins in this race and there's a lot of damage, as we can see on Steve right now. Right, Lee doing himself proud, getting him to podium position under pressure from Pete behind him. Colin putting in a nice little purple lap for himself. Trying to catch up to the pack in front of him. Mr. Damien Wilson, D. Wilson, doing me proud. Oh god, I'm like a happy father right now. Trying to catch down to Colin to get himself into P5. Only 6 attempts splitting them. 36 minutes to go. Does seem to be a lot of happening as Henry's had an incident. He's sideways. Joe's going to get that position back that he wanted. Stu's going to get a position back. And Henry, starting so well, has slowly dropped himself all the way back to P15. Oh, Mr. Consistent Henry. Not so consistent today. It's been a difficult track for some people. And it will be a difficult track for Henry as he goes even more wide, and he's gone wide and gonna go into the wall. No, just misses the wall. but hits the tyres. So that's a bit more damage there for Henry. Is Paul going to catch up to him? Maybe. The guy's slowly catching up to him. But with 30 seconds behind him, should have a nice little gap. It all depends now. Will Henry go into the pits? If I was him, I would, because look at the fucking damage that he has got right now. He looks like he is nursing it back to the pits, and when you're halfway through the track right now, for Henry, this will feel like an eternity for him going through these long corners, especially these difficult corners as a right-hander, tight right-hander coming up. But yeah, Lee, definitely the surprise right now. I mean, there's been a lot of surprises, but Lee is a big surprise right now. Closely followed by Pete. Oh no, Damien, no! No! Bad Damien! Go, go, go! Anyway, I mean, I suppose it is losing to Martin, who's a fast boy, and Damien looks to have quite a lot of damage on that front wing. I mean, who the fuck doesn't have damage, actually? Except those that have pitted. It does look like we've... Oh wait, never mind, that was all earlier. Henry's in the pits. I was right, he was nursing it back to the pits. Going for the long stop. Going for the long fuel strategy with 34 minutes. You should be able to do it. And there's James Gray. Looks like he's going to put some pressure onto Mr. Devdale as Henry loses a couple positions while he's in the pits. Go on then, what can see James Gray do? Can he get past Devdale? Looks like he's going a bit wide there. Might have been a bit of internet issues. Turn it down the audio a bit, I think. It was a bit loud. But yeah, we've got these two. Henry is actually going to get past the new stew. The new stew. We've got those two, sorry. James Gray, and we've got Pete and Lee. Look like the gap is closing a bit for the podium position. As Lee has done a 2-second slower lap than Pete. There, and you can see in each of his eyes. Lee in his rearview mirror. Well, I don't have a rearview mirror. He's his side mirror, and straight in front of Pete's front wing. They're going to be battling it out. James Gray putting on a lot faster lap as he goes. Look like he's going to go down the inside. Locks his brake, tires up. Puff of smoke, and looks like it's going to be a job done for James Gray. Disappointing first lap, as we said before. Lee's lost his podium position, unfortunately. But great news for Pete. Did look to be faster than Lee. And he is faster on the track. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I am. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Now you see, that's why having a mixer next to you so you can sneeze without everyone having to hear your sneeze. If you catch it in time. Anyway. Lee looks like... I went very 1940s voice then. Sorry. Lee looks like he's going to be trying to get the precision back. Ooh. Little puff of smoke from the tyres there. I'm going to sneeze again, I think. Oh, am I? No? No. Okay, it's fine. Oh, Dave, unfortunately, he's going to lose a few positions. I assume he's spun somewhere, and yeah, he's in the barrier there. He's come back on track nice and safely. Oh, he's going to lose a bit of traction. Maybe he's put the power down a bit too quickly. With one tyre still on the grass, which punished him just that bit more. Lee hunting down his position that he lost last lap. This lap could be the time to get it back, but that's Damien. Oh, Lee's going to go down the inside. I almost missed that because I was looking at Damien. Lee is going to get his nose in front, and he's got the inside line. Some great racing between these two. Great respect for each other, as Lee looks like he's going to get that position back cemented for this time. Anyway, great racing between these two, as I said. For podium position as well. So, Lee doing a great job. I did say these two had been surprise story of the race so far. Only because of Joe, I would assume, who's dropped himself back into P12. Which isn't funny, but it's really funny. As saying that, Joe's got himself into P11, dropping down Hasib. James Gray also working his way back up the track into P8. Martin 5 seconds behind Pete. Doing a bit of hunting there, and maybe advantage for him is that Pete and Lee are still having a tiny little bit of a battle. There's a gap opened up a tiny bit, but there could be a battle happening, and that will slow them both down, and that will give Martin a nice little gap to catch up to Andy. Getting this gap here a bit closer. Actually, I think he just lost that position, didn't he? He indeed. So the big question is, can Steve catch up to Alex with a 4.5 second gap, 30 minutes to go? He did do a tenth of a slower lap last time. I mean, yeah, sorry Lee. No disappointment for you tonight. I mean, to be honest, there's been no disappointment at all today. It's been just it is a difficult track. So there's been quite a few spins. But no one's done anything stupid yet. As Joe gets past Mr. Andre. Still working his way back up the field, which is quite fun to watch, because Joe can apparently actually overtake. Didn't actually know. But 28 minutes to go, and the gaps are getting bigger. But the gap that isn't getting bigger is Andy and James Gray, who lost his position earlier. It looks like James may have had a bit of an incident because Andy is fucking... He's like... Oh, he's trying to race, but... I don't think he's going to actually race. I think he's just like... trying to do some following. And yeah, that's basically what I've heard. Really just more of a handling track than a race track. So yeah, people that have not got... I feel like the people that have done the most practice right now maybe are the ones doing the best, because it's difficult to get past, and it's difficult to not understeer around here in these cars. But anyway, Pete and Lee are still very close together, battling it out for the podium position, and also Martin has got them into his eyesight right now. As you can see there on my left of the screen is Lee, and in the middle of your screen is Martin, but Stu has had a bad incident, and it looks like he's dropped down a couple, maybe even a few places, and no, Hasib's had an incident as well. Didn't see what happened there. Stu, and I think Hasib's gone into the pit. Nope. He's having a look at the boulders as well. But it does look like his front wing is severely damaged. Is he going into the pits now? Right. Pete. Ooh. Some back marker issues there. I think that got resolved quite quickly, as Martin still is hunting down that podium position that he probably can get. There is 26 minutes to go. He is the faster driver, but will Pete and Lee put a big old fight for him against him? That is probably the biggest question we have right now in this race. Looks like the lead may be cemented. Look at the past laps for the top two. Last lap, I mean, Steve did do a 10th quicker, better lap than Alex. He's slowly catching him up, but And if it will be enough in the 25 minutes that we've got left, we shall see. And that's P, I think, getting out of the way for Martin. It is. P gets out of the way, basically lets him past. He's basically doing a back marker right there. And Martin now is going to be hunting down Lee, who will definitely want to be holding on to that podium position. Definitely denied the podium position in the first race. Could have got it just out of the sheer strategy, but just missed out because he hadn't Jesus Christ, hadn't got the pace. And this time, it does seem like he's kind of got the pace, and he's kind of got the strategy. But we'll see, because I feel like the strategy is still yet to come, because most of these haven't actually pitted. Yeah, the top, I think 10 maybe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I can count, haven't actually pitted. Oh, is Ali going wide? I've just heard a bit of a grass. And I think the bigger question is, for these three, if they go into the pits, where will they come back out? Because if they come out into the middle of a park, that's going to be a terrible, terrible thing for them and the person who keeps going along. We'll have a greater time. But Lee, 2 attempts behind him is Mr. Martin. As they're coming around the last corners right now, they're going to cross the line with 23 and a half minutes to go. And Martin looks like he's going to be going round the inside, and it's an easy position to be going, as it's flat through there, and it's easy for Martin to get himself back into that podium position. And yeah, I mean, I think Martin's going to drive away with it now. The only strategy could probably help Lee, as it looks like it's got less of a damage to Martin. So Martin, if he does fix his car, he'll have a longer pit stop, because the pit crew will have to. Oh, Seems another incident. I think it's the same corner maybe. I don't know. Actually, no, it's not. He's going to lose a few positions. You see, he was looking so well. He was in P6, I think, at one point. Then I may have a commentator cursed him a tiny bit by saying he was doing really well in 6 and then lost it. Oh, keep it together. Lost it a bit and put himself into P12, and now slowly but surely drops himself back, I think. Nope. Is he having trouble finding the pit entrance? Looks like he's having trouble finding the pit entrance. Paul! He gets past Stu. But anyway, yeah, hope you feel better, Lee, by the way. They're too fake. I can't imagine driving with toothache. That would be mega annoying. There's James Gray, also one of those, to be getting himself back up the pack. Had a great quality, terrible first lap, and a solid but it's not meme, is it? Like commentators, because it's actual thing, innit? Right? Right? Because Jesus Christ, that was like just in sync with me praising him. What the fuck? Anyway, Joe's got himself into P7. He's already pitted. Into P7 as Andy just pitted. Andy has just pit. So I'll tell you what, Andy's in a great position right now to maybe snatch some good points But we need to see how far these top people are going to go before they actually start to pit. I think everyone, basically. He's trying to do the long run. Although we haven't... I mean, we have actually pit just past halfway mark. I do feel like I'm infected with the commentator curse bug. Oh, Dave. Trying to get past James, who had that terrible incident. I assume he's fixed his car, but Dave has fixed his car. And I think, yeah, actually pit quite a long time ago, so... Did Dave pit? Yeah, Dave's... Ooh. And Dave hasn't pit. If I do that, I can see. Okay. Right. You'd think after like doing this for like 4 months, we've lost this new stew. Unfortunately. I think I've been doing this for a few months. I'd figured out how to do things, but I finally have moved things around to be easier to look at. Anyway. I mean, I'll probably still, like, just miss things and then not do things and then... But the good thing is, I haven't dropped any more frames since I last dropped frames. Oh, Andre's gone into the pits. The biggest question now is... When will the top fucking pit? There's 19 minutes to go. I know Joe said he was going to go a long time. So I assume these lot are going for a long time. But I don't know how long a long time is. Paul's gone into the pits, who was in P like something. James is going to get a position back after his pit stop, which didn't go so well. Maybe let's just start talking shit about everyone. And I don't want to curse anyone. Like, oh fuck you, Alex. You're doing terrible. What the fuck are you doing up here? Jeez. Oh, what the fuck, Steve? You're nowhere near, Alex. You fucked it. You've absolutely fucked it. You've ruined your race. Martin, what the fuck? You ruined Lee's race. You've ruined everything. I heard someone crashing. So I need to stop that. Yeah. Not gonna lie, this race has like flown by. It feels like... Is this like what is commentating over things that happen? Oh, Pete's gone in. Something's happened at the top. Pete's gone into the pits. Mr. D. Wilson has taken one of the positions back. You still yet to pit has Mr. D. Wilson of the Wilson D family. But Joe is going to get P6. Has pitted. He might be... I don't know how long a fucking pit stop takes. Damn it, I need a co-commentator. Need Henry back. Damn it, Henry in P15, you're being useless. You don't need a race. But I only need you to tell me how long it is. Not anything like useful. Just the pit stops when I ask. Anyway, Joe could be 8, 9, 17 seconds behind. Maybe 18. Probably 18, maybe even 19. Behind Martin. I'm not quite sure how long a pit stop is, like I said. How much drink have I got left? Oh, it's like a bottle you can't even see through, so you can't see how much you've got left. That's rubbish. I don't feel much. You can't tell when it's like liqueur, because it's like a cream, so it doesn't move around as much. Anyway, I should stop. No, I'll continue to talking shit because nothing's fucking happening. I think racer of the day today has been Dave Gill, because every time I look to him, he's always a second next to someone. Whether it's behind him or in front of him, he's always within a second of someone. Also credit to the people next to him, because they keep getting past him or losing to him. So that's why he's getting driver and racer something of the day. But, like I said earlier, yeah, you could say racer of the day is Lee, but that's boring. God damn it, Jane, you made me forget what I was going to say. I was on such a good tangent then. See? See? Oh wait, no. We've got David. Maybe I try David Dan, I keep getting mixed up because it's D dot whatever. Yeah. Oh, I can remember. The praise? Joe's, I mean, we all hate him, but Joe's done well. Look, actually, yeah. Maybe I could ruin Joe's day. Joe ruins all my races when he's near me. Look at Joe, he's doing such a good job right now. He hits the track, he hits the car. He even wrote a PDF about it. But look at him doing so well. Driving in a car. In P6, yep, he had the incident. Yep, he had the incident, but that's not stopped him. We've got Steve pitting right now from P2. Is it going to be a fast one? Is it going to be a slow one? Oh, Andres lost the thingy. It was a fast one. I think he actually fixed his damage as well, which... That was a fast... Oh, I don't think he has actually. This front wing looks a bit fucked still. But it's 22 seconds behind Alex. Definitely assured himself. P2 at least, I would say. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. Because I don't want Steve to lose P2. But Martin still needs to pit, Lee still needs to pit. So they're out of the question. Damien needs to pit. The only one that could challenge him right now is Mr. Joseph Elton. As Lee, no Lee. I think Lee might have an incident. Yes, go on, Damien. Oh god, this is a picking between your favourite children. Words work. Favourite children, because Damien's in P4, Lee's dropped down into P5. Pete has lost his position to Joe. When the fuck did that happen? But Lee's under pressure now from Mr. Joseph Elton. Joe has pitted, as I keep saying. Lee hasn't. So it looks like Lee is going to be a lot worse off than I thought it was. And JN, your vote for the driver of the day wasn't a good one. Yes, he's done well. Yes, he qualified quite low, but Lee is a fast boy and he wants to be in these Formula cars. But does look like he's proving a bit of a nuisance to get around. It's for Joe. Definitely going to be slowing him down a bit, but he does get the move done eventually. And keeps his race going is Joseph Elton, seemingly immune to my commentator's curse. Has Hasib found the pit lane? He has. He pitted 5 laps ago, apparently. What? 12 minutes ago. Oh, thanks, Jane. Pit stop about 20 seconds. Oh, Martin does have an incident. Oh god, Damien's got himself into P3. Oh, it's all happening towards the end. Oh, Martin's stopping. Is he going to teleport back to the pits? He is. Oh, that's terrible for Martin. That's definitely a podium. Dropped out. Lee's going to get himself to P5. Everyone's going to jump up at least one position. Maybe down to, I don't know, around there somewhere. But his controls will be locked for about 30 seconds. So about there. And another 22 seconds. So about here. Maybe he got himself into P10 or 11. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I don't pay attention. Oh, yeah, so maybe another 20 seconds now? I think, actually, the timings have gone. Never mind, he's disconnected, so it's not even going to get anything. God damn it, Damien, please! Oh, why did he have to pit Damien? Oh, okay, Damien looks like he's going to get himself a P4. And unfortunately, Joe is looking like he is going to get a podium, unfortunately. And Alex, who is still going, is still yet to pit with 10 minutes to go. Been a long old stint for him. But it's been oh, that was Andre that we saw Alex going past there. But a nice little clean old race for Alex. Been a very good job by him, as you can see. Still yet to pit, but he has no obvious damage on his car, which is very rare in this race. We'll flick to Steve, got some damaged front wing. Flick to Damien, he's got a bent front wing. Flick to Joe, he's pitted, so that don't count. Lee, is Billy pitted? No. Yes, go on Lee, still not lost a front wing or anything like that. Neither has Pete, but I'm pretty sure Pete has pitted. Yeah, he has, and Andy in P7. So, 9 minutes to go. Joe almost certainly looking like he's going to get a podium. Damien, though, where is he going to come out of? He's going to come out behind Lee if he pits now, and vice versa. But how long will his pit be? Has he got damage on to fix? Because he does have damage, but Lee doesn't. Oh! Look at this storyline I'm creating right now. It's almost like I've noticed. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Damien and the Ferrari liveried car. 9 minutes to go. I think he's coming up towards the end of the lap. He is. Well, kind of. Is this the lap he's going to pit? He's got Joe just behind him now. He's across the camera screens there. Your camera screens, your TV screens, your computer screens, your iPad screens, your phone screens. Oh. Okay. Oh. I had more drink than I thought I would, so I swallowed a bit too much. Anyway, is it going to pit now? No, it's not. It's going to keep going. There's no way it can keep the same fuel through the whole race, right? Unless, geez, he's been doing a lot of lifting and coasting throughout. I don't think he can make it. But, well, I don't... no. Screw that pit time now if there was a combination of real tires damage, cup of tea. I mean, there's always a cup of tea involved, Jen. But I'll take your word for it, because it makes it a bit more interesting, because Alex is still yet to pit, and Steve is 21.5 seconds behind him. Alex doesn't have... Wait, Jane, is that... Do you know if that was including tyres? Because I don't think anyone's changing tyres. And I can't imagine... Okay. Did you take it off the timings on here? Okay, yeah, it's 21 seconds. Whoa, look. Whoa, it's going to be very, very close. Dave's going to go into the pits to lose a couple of positions because of that. Dan getting himself... Oh, Joe, right up the arse of Damien. Damien just needed to keep himself clean. Probably would be a very good idea just to let him past. Because he needs to pit. I assume. Boy, if he doesn't pit, that'd be mental. I'm pretty sure you have to pit, right? Or is my mind being blown? Oh, Damien's gone to the pit now. So, let's see where Lee is going to come out unless he pits as well. Coming around the corner now. Where he has to go into the pit lane. Is he going to dive in? No, he's going to stay out. And battle for his position with 6 minutes to go. Damien, is he going to come out in front of Pete? That's the question, actually. And is he... Damien's just coming out of the pits now. Just not too far behind Lee, actually. Didn't fix his damage. Did put in fuel, and I assume he didn't change his tyres. So it's a rather quick pit stop for him. Also, so there's basically 2 people yet to pit. Or 3. 3 people yet to pit. There's Dan down here in 10th, who's doing a good job keeping it in 10th. Lee Crossley here also got no damage. It looks like he has had a bit of a spin a couple of times, but staying out of any walls, most importantly. And Alex also keeping it out of any walls, it would seem. So Alex is coming round to the end of this lap. Is he going to dive into the pits? And if so, is he going to come out behind? He's not going into the pits. It's another lap in the belt for Alex's times without a pit stop. And things are shaping up to be a nice little ending to this quite entertaining race, as Andy also looks like is going to be hunting down Pete, putting some nice little times in compared to him. Pete last night doing a 55.2, Andy doing a 54.4. Andy definitely catching up to him. Adam's also going into the pits down there on P17. If you're wondering what that gap is, that's where Martin will have been, and he's just deleted his place. Lee's got into the pits now, and it looks like Damon's coming around the last corner right now. He's going to get past Lee into P4, but the question is he going to come out in front of Pete? Pete coming around the last corner now. Definitely entertainment happening now. Entertainment. Pete crosses the line, but it doesn't look like it's a bit close enough. Not quite that close enough. In about 2 seconds here. 2.5 seconds. Just behind him, but Andy is putting the pressure on Pete, which will slow Pete a tiny little bit down if he is staring at his mirrors a bit longer. So it does look like you have to pit. Alex though is like, has he got an electric car here? Because he just keeps driving and driving. He doesn't even need to fuel. This man does not need fuel. He's just coasting around. Who needs fuel nowadays, eh? He's got an electric motor in there that is cursing his way around. As you can see, he's going for another lap. Maybe 22 laps? Yeah, 22 laps on this fuel, which I think is quite amazing. I'm not quite sure how amazing it is because I don't know how much they do. Anyway, Andy is still putting the pressure onto Mr. Pete Thompson. Ooh, it's getting a bit nice and close here. Battle for P6. And Steve also, by the way, if it is like that length of time of a pit stop, Steve could get P1. I keep thinking the top like 5 are done in terms of positions, but no, that could be a bit of a battle as Andy getting ever so closer, but this time is not going to be the time. Oh, but that time is because Pete has spun out, and he's going to lose quite a few positions here. I think, is James going to get past him? I don't think he is. Depends how much of a time it's going to take him to get back on the track, but he's getting back onto the track now. Now we're going to see him in the background. Nope, it's going to be quite comfortable for Pete actually, but unfortunately lost those 2 positions. He was under pressure by Andy, and now Andy's put too much pressure onto him and span him out like a force field. But speaking of pressure, Colin looks like he will be trying to put the pressure and doing a similar thing that he just did to Pete. Yeah, 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Is Alex gonna ever pit? That's the question. Coming around the second to last corner right now. Is this a pit stop here? Nope. Is he ever gonna pit? Is he just like lifting and coasting the whole way because he knows if he pits he's gonna lose it? Because this is quite incredible. Anyway, as Colin also is, like I said, trying to do what Andy did to Pete. Oh, Steve! Oh no, Steve! He's got a bit of an incident. He's going the wrong way. He's got back into the track. How is that going to affect things? He's going to definitely get a big old gap now. Maybe I'm getting to 30 seconds. Just not quite, but that will put a bit of ease onto Alex's sorry. And he might even just about risk it, although... Oh, Joe's going to get past Steve! Oh, that's really unfortunate for Steve. Looks like a dead-on P2. But that one spin has cost him a lot. Alex has done a whole fucking tank on... Jesus. He's on the final lap. He's going to do it. Assuming he's not going to run out of fuel anytime soon. I think Steve has lost it a bit there because of his damage and his spin. He's not going to catch up to Joe, but we'll go back to Alex, who's coming up towards the end of the track. And I think he's going to do it. He is easily going to do it. He's even put a green middle sector in, apparently. He's not lifting the custom for the final lap, maybe knowing that is simple and it's easy for him to come round and finish the lap. And Alex, without doing a pit stop, has won the race. Wow. I think he even put a fastest lap in there for himself. I don't know if it was for the whole race, the fastest lap, but Jesus Christ. And any of these going to come to fruition, these fights, because Lee's a bit under pressure from Andy, who in turn is under pressure from Colin. I mean, you've got to say, if live timings didn't fuck up, and it's not lying, and Alex did do that whole race on one tank, I think Alex has got to be the driver of the day, closely followed by Damien, who I know I always hype him up. I always hype him up, but he's been a bit of an underdog today and got himself into P4 with Lee crossing himself into P5, Andy in P6, Colin in P7, and I think Pete is going to cross the line in P8, and then James Gray in P9, then Jude in P10 and P11 for Henry Spencer. Don't know, Jen. Like I said, I don't know. It's either Alex or Damien. Joe, Joe, yeah. Because he was in P1, got all the way down into P18 and got himself back up into P2. Could have easily won it. But what about your Jane? What about your driver of the day in it? If you're watching, do type it in chat to see who your driver of the day is. And also, a bit of a sellout moment, but follow Andy if you're not already on the subscribe button on YouTube, and me on Twitch right now on 1AD TV. So thank you all for watching. It's just been a very, very good race. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye!